Okay. Give a sign when it's live.
It's live.
Hello everyone. So it's EDUREFORM again. Myself Nidhi, Education Manager at Savitribai Phule Pune University under the EDUREFORM program. So yesterday, as you would have remembered, that we talked about the mobility program that EDUREFORM is offering to the MEd, BEd, BSc, BEd, MEd, BEd integrated and PhD program of the 4 consortium partners from India, that is Shivaji University, Chitkara University, Savitribai Phule Pune University, and MS University of Baroda. So today we'll be taking up questions and answer questions, and we'll be responding to them about the student mobility program. We have received some questions from some of you, and you can send us more questions on our YouTube chat. Some of the questions are very common that you would have in mind, and you can wait for us to finish them, and you can ask the questions to the innovation managers or the project managers or the point of contact that your university have for the mobility program. You can ask them if your questions are not addressed here, and you can share your questions, of course, in the live chat on the YouTube channel, and we'll check them and we'll respond to them as and when they come. Next, please. So the first question that you would be curious about, what is skill pedagogy? But as you would be aware that the students who are going to the host institution in university line are have a necessary condition that they should know CLIL pedagogy, because they are going to use CLIL pedagogy to teach in the Italian school, the boarding school that they will be placed in. So what is CLIL pedagogy? So CLIL pedagogy is basically content and language integrated learning. So here we teach a subject in second language. For example, when a student goes to Italian school, they like the BEd students, they'll be teaching the students in the Italian school in English. So English is a second language in Italy, and they'll be teaching like physics in English. They'll be teaching mathematics in English. So there's an expert from CLIL pedagogy in our consortium called Letizia. She is the coordinator from Italian University line. So she'll be conducting a webinar on 2nd December on the CLIL pedagogy, and it's at 7 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. Also, you can find many resources to read about CLIL pedagogy online, and it is a very interesting pedagogy to know, not necessarily only for this mobility, but you should know it because it's very interesting and it will help you teach in a multilingual environment like India also, if you don't go to Italy. Next, please. So the second question that we were getting is, are the EDUREFORM opportunities fully funded? So we are glad to tell you that we'll be funding the travel and stay. In stay, we'll be covering accommodation and living expenses. For travel, we'll be covering both to and from the institution. So we'll be offering you a flat price. But there is a condition that you book your own flights. So you'll be having to book your own flight to and from the host institution. For example, if your host institution is Finland, you'll book the flight to Finland and from Finland yourself. And as soon as you reach the host institution, we'll reimburse you the amount. The next question is, if I'm a PhD student and I can only go to for 1 month mobility, where can I go? So as you know, the different mobilities are for different people. So for example, Italian University line, they would prefer a BSc BEd student, a BEd MEd integrated, or a MEd student. But for Latvia, a PhD student can go, and it is a fellowship traineeship for 1 month. So you can go to University of Latvia or other Indian universities if you want to have 1 month mobility program and if you are a PhD student.
Okay, so I can take up from here. Who will be the right person to approach for this student mobility? So, well, it will be the heads of your departments, of course, or our partners, our EDUREFORM partners at Faculty of Education or Department of Education in your respective universities, project managers, myself and Celia. In the end of this session, we will share all as well our email, so you can contact us in case of you have any doubts or questions. And of course, our innovation managers in your respective institution, Nidhi Valdia at Savitribai Phule Pune University, Mansi at Mansi Upale at Chitkara University, and Dr. Gitanjali Joshi at Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Okay, so the resources, of course, where you will find the information about this mobility will be circulars on your Unipad, notice boards, Google Classrooms, university website. Okay, next, please. Can we apply for more than one opportunity? Yes, of course, that you can apply for more opportunity. You can apply to go to Italy, you can apply to go to Latvia, you can apply to go to Germany. However, though, you will be selected only once. So you can prepare more applications. Of course, your chances maybe if you're in more applications, there will be more chances for you to be listed in one of these mobility, because we want to offer more opportunity, this opportunity to many students. So that's why only once it's fair enough for everyone. So more students will have this opportunity to be going to Europe and as well to other Indian universities. Okay, so will we have an evaluation for the internship? So at the end of your internship, you'll have to submit a report on activities that you have done, on the experience of this mobility in your hosting institution. It can be Indian or European. In addition to this, the hosting institution will provide to the sending institution with a letter of the student's performance during this internship. Okay, which other skills can be necessary for this internship? So what other skills we think are useful for this mobility? Well, curiosity. We think that curiosity is a nice is a very interesting skill. Curiosity about another culture. I'm curious to know about Italian language. I'm curious to know about Italian education system. I'm curious to know about Italian cuisine. So there are many different types of curiosity that it needs to be, maybe you can include this in your motivation letter. I want to know because I'm curious to know about the Italian culture. I want to know more about Latvian culture or Finnish culture. Creative thinking skills. This is another skill that we will consider when we will receive the motivation letters and your cover letters. Life skills, why we have put life skills, of course, you need to, this is an important skill because once you are there, you have to manage everything by yourself. How will I move from my residence to the school or to the university? You need to have these life skills, checking the transportation, managing things in the house, cooking, cleaning. These are life skills. You will not have your mom maybe or your dad cooking for you, so you need to manage these things by yourself. This is a very important skill, which I'm sure all of you will develop during this mobility experience. Independence. Why we say independence? Because in Europe, I can speak because I'm European, you know, and I've studied in European universities as well. We value a lot independence, which it is good in a way, because after some time you are free to do whatever you want in your free time. You have maybe the weekends off, you decide to go on a short trip, you want to go to visit another city nearby, so you are free to do whatever you want in your free time. But that comes also with a cost. Like, independence also means that you are independent, and that you will not call the partner unless it is something urgent, something very bad happening. In that case, of course, we would want you to contact our partners, local partners there, and of course as well, we also want to know what is happening. But independence in the sense that you will not call the partner at 8 p.m. in the evening, my washing machine is not working, what will I do? These are things that you need to solve by yourself. Life skill and independence comes with this. Flexibility, of course, also the flexibility comes, it's all included in their life skills, independence and flexibility. You need to be flexible. Resourceful. I think all these skills can go with one another. Resourceful, it means I have a problem, how to solve it. My washing machine is not working, what do I need to do? Or I need to go to the university, what will I do? The cabs are costly, how will I find a solution to reach the school without taking a cab, which would be the easiest solution? You can maybe get a bike, or you can take public transportation. So you need to search what kind of and I'm giving here the transportation, but there can be plenty of other examples that you can think of. Next one, I think. So I invite Dr. Gitanjali Joshi to continue with some of the questions that we have gathered, and some that we have prepared, but of course we will be open to gather more questions from your side and gladly to answer them. So I invite Dr. Gitanjali.
Yeah, thank you, Elda. The next question is, what do we need to know about EDUREFORM? If you are taking this opportunity of student mobility, and then you should know about EDUREFORM. To master the pedagogical tools proposed by the sending institution and hosting institution. Means what? If you are from Shivaji University, you should know the pedagogical tools by Shivaji University that are EDUREFORM pedagogical tools. And also you should know the tools developed by hosting institutions where you are going. Again, the knowledge about the European Union in particular regarding the Erasmus Plus program. What is Erasmus Plus program? What is EDUREFORM? At least this much basic information you should have. Next, please. Yes. How should I gain knowledge on the EDUREFORM pedagogical tools? Now, from where you should know about these pedagogical tools? The sources are given here from the experts in your institutions, from innovation managers, from EDUREFORM book that we are going to get soon. Again, from MOOC programs to be completed before the end of your traineeship. So if you will complete the MOOC courses, then also you will get about this EDUREFORM pedagogical tools beforehand. If you can go and search, then also you will get some information regarding this. Your institutes mostly will help in this. Next, please. Yeah. How can I prepare myself to go the extra mile? Now, as just now Elda explained how you have to prepare yourself to stand with this activity and to complete this mobility internship program. Basic knowledge of the local language will make your life easier. We suggest you to download the Duolingo. This is the app. Or any other app that you can find after this webinar. Just download it and start learning the new language, where you are going, in which country you are going. Even you are going to within India also, if you will get that state language, it will be better for you. A list of things that you can find in India, make the list of things, but the things which are not available in Europe. As we are very much familiar with these things like Zomato and use of cabs, etc., means travel facilities. But you should know about these facilities in Europe or where you are going, which country you are going, there, how you will reach to your destination. That is also very important. Then knowledge of the culture and traditions of your host country and city where you are going. You should know their culture, you should know their living styles or food habits, whatever, what type of food you can get there, that also you should search beforehand. Will there be any other opportunities with EDUREFORM? Why you should give preference, or why you should grab this opportunity? Because you will get a lot of opportunities after this. You will get to participate in real competition. Again, one more very interesting contest we are going to launch, that is EDUREFORM Song Contest. Here also you can show your creativity. Then contribution in our newsletter, that is Edu Informer. You can join us in the one-day international conferences or workshops that are going now. Again, you can participate in the EDUREFORM teachers training programs also. As you are in future, you will become teachers, so you can have these training programs also, and you will get the knowledge of EDUREFORM pedagogical tools. Next. Thank you, Mansi.
Hello, everyone. So now I will be telling you about what are the advantages of becoming an EDUREFORM trainee. So it is not just about your educational growth, it will be about your personal growth as well. It is going to be like you will be another face for, EDUREFORM. We can set you as an example. So you will be our EDUREFORM ambassadors, like the one who will be going after you. You can be one of the, best example for them. Be a part of wide community of educators and individual willing to improve the quality of education globally. So you can experience there what teaching practices they do there, and what are the best practices of yours. So, you can improve your skills here, and the personal development, going individual. There is a big opportunity, and you can improve, your hesitation to go out alone, your understanding or your experience with living alone. So it will broaden your experience and your personal development as well. So you will come out of your comfort zone, right? So it is going to be the biggest advantage for you to be the part of this student mobility. Next question, which we think that student will ask, is that will I get a certificate after completing my EDUREFORM traineeship? So of course, yes. If the hosting institution confirms the satisfactory completion of your traineeship. As one of my colleagues explained you, that there will be some evaluation for you people, that you have done the task which was allotted, what was your behavior there, what tasks, what other initiatives you have taken. So if they confirms that you perform well, like the satisfactory level, so of course you will get the certificate, which you can add with your CV, or whenever you go to the institutions to apply the job, you can, it adds the value. So you will get it after completion or after the confirmation from your hosting institution. Next question that you might have will be will there be any interaction with the hosting institutions before the internship? So of course, yes. If you got selected for any of the, hosting institution, we will give you the chance to be, to interact with the hosting institution. For example, you are going to Latvia for presenting your paper. So there will be one person from Latvia who will be explaining you what is the process, who will be helping you that how to go about this paper, how to present this paper, what is the format. So in every organization, the people are very nice. They're really ready to help you. And as well as we innovation managers are also here for all your queries. We will be telling you about what will be your roles and responsibility, how you will be assessed, what will be the visa process, where you will be living. You will get an accommodation in the school or college, or you have to look for some private, accommodation. So the hosting institution will also helping you out, and we will also be helping you out with all these informations. Who will book the flights? So this might be one of the biggest questions that will be in your mind, but Nidhi has somehow said you that, the cost of travel and the cost of stay is covered by EDUREFORM, but For you, you have to book your own flights initially, but don't worry, we will provide you with the refund once you will reach there and the host institution give us the proof that you are being there. Like, we can even ask you to just give us a selfie that you are here, or just want a letter from the person, the authority whom you are, reporting there, that just to give us the confirmation that you are there, and you will get the money for your flights there immediately, right? So this is how we are going to refund you with the process. I hope these questions are clear with you. Now I pass on the questions, like the next question Celia will be taking up. So over to you, Celia.
Thank you, Mansi. So first, I want to add on to the who will book the flights. So as Mansi well said, you will have to book the flights, also the trains. You might need to go from Pune to Kolhapur. You can also, I mean, within India, it's possible that you prefer to go by train. It's also more affordable. You will have to submit, as we said, bills, invoices, proof of payment, boarding passes in the case of a plane. Nonetheless, in the case of booking a flight, we will provide you with useful websites where you can go and find affordable prices. But you might wonder, I need to advance the money, but will the reimbursement be the exact amount I have spent? So no, it is a flat rate depending on the distance. The further your destiny is from your city, the more money you will get. This flat rate is decided by the European Union. Our funding agency is not decided by us. But what we can tell you today is that it should be enough to cover your costs. I can give you an example. The flat rate for the distance Kolhapur-Pune is 120 euros, which amounts to around 8-9K Indian rupees. I have taken the train Kolhapur-Pune and definitely I haven't spent 8 or 9K, but we will still transfer to your bank account this 8 to 9K. So that means that any saving, it is for you. We know that there will be some miscellaneous spending. If you, for example, you might need to buy some things for your mobility traineeship. So we will give you the totality of the flat rate. And like this, it's not that we will only pay you what you have spent. And when will the transfer be made? As Mansi has said, you have to be in your destiny in your host institution. And then we will transfer this amount alongside a part of the stay cost. So once you have reached, let's say you have reached a school in Italy, we will transfer you this flat rate for your flights, and we will also transfer you some part of the money that you are entitled to receive for the accommodation costs in Italy. Then I have two questions from the audience. One is, will we be living in hostels or of the schools or in hotels? So the majority of our partners are gonna welcome you. All of them are gonna welcome you amazingly. Some of them, their hostels are full. So there is no possibility for us to accommodate you there. But in the majority of the cases, you will be staying in the hostels, which means that it will be very affordable. Also in Europe, university hostels tend to be one of the cheapest form of accommodations, plus they tend to be nearby the faculties. In other cases that you don't have university accommodation with you, or you are in a boarding school, in Italy, for instance, you will be in a boarding school, as we mentioned yesterday, we will help you with our partner to find the best possible accommodation for you. It can be, you could stay in a student room, you could stay in a youth hostel, you could even consider renting an Airbnb with another student. We will guide you and we will give you suggestions, but in the end, the ultimate decision will come from your side. Then we had another question from the audience. They are asking about some guidance regarding our MOOC. So our MOOC will soon be released, hopefully by the beginning of next year. And it contains some of our pedagogical tools, and it is very user-friendly. It will be a MOOC that will present you and introduce you to our innovative pedagogies. It will have, of course, some form of assessment. It is very interactive, and it can be finalized in around 10 and 12 hours. So it's not a tedious MOOC. We encourage, no, you all have to complete the MOOC certificate by the time you're back from your mobility. So I think that answers your question. Of course, once the MOOC is up online, it is free of cost. Do not worry about it. We will also provide a certificate once you have completed the MOOC, which is very useful for your CV and also, of course, for enhancing your skills. And do not worry, we will inform you once everything is ready to, it's in our website. Then maybe on to the next slide. We will just check that we don't have any more questions from the audience.
We have one more question, Celia.
Okay, we have a few more questions. I can see that someone is asking from Baroda that they are an UGC. If I get selected, will I have to give up my fellowship? So here it is a tricky question where we don't have much of a competency on it. Yes,
I can say we had a conversation on it. Maybe I can give an answer. Yes. So the answer is that we are, because a fellowship is like a salary, we're not giving you a salary. So you don't need to give up your fellowship. We're just paying for your travel and your stay. So no, you don't need to give up the fellowship.
No,
I hope.
No, but you need to discuss. You need to discuss in your institution. Because we can say that from our side, definitely it is not a requirement, and you
exactly.
But
it is not a requirement also because we're not giving you a salary. We're giving you, like, we're covering for your travel and we're covering for your accommodation. So
then we have another question from Prajakta Mohit. What is the submission date for CVs and motivation letters? Also, to whom do we have to submit it? So we informed yesterday that it is depending on your institution. So let's say you study in Savitribai Phule Pune, then you have on the board websites. In the case of Chikara University and Shivaji University, you will have a circular. So all the information will be there in your institution. And of course, depending on the opportunity, the deadline is one or another. Right now, I know for a fact that in certain universities, the call for PhDs in Finland has been open, and it will soon be open for B.Ed and M.Ed students to go to Italy. So just my suggestion would be keep an eye on these social media of your social media website of your university, and write down the contact that we will give you in the next slide. And if you have any doubt, please reach out to us. You can also comment on these videos. We will keep answering any doubts you have. If you cannot find any one of these opportunities we have listed to you, please let us know. We want to make this as transparent as possible, and we really want everyone to apply. This is a huge opportunity that will be life-changing, we believe, for you all. So I don't think we have any other question. I don't know if my colleagues...
The question on the screen is still pending.
Yes. Okay, yes. Yes. What support will you get from the EDUREFORM team? So this is a very good question. You will get support in the visa application. So the visa application, of course, for those of you that are going to Europe, we are not going to lie, it is a complex process. A lot of documents are required. The innovation managers and project managers have been working in the past day endlessly to prepare everything for you to have all the necessary information for you to be ready to apply. But ultimately, we cannot do the application for you. So you are the one that will need to go to the embassy, will need to check for the appointment, but we will guide you, and I can assure you that you will be very, very well guided. Of course, we have one full-time person working for EDUREFORM in your institution. This person masters the word of visa by now, so do not worry. Any question you have, we will be there to support you. Suggestions for flights, I mentioned before, we will give you a list of websites, but again, you might decide to do this process through a travel agent. It is totally fine. We understand that it will make it more easy for some of you. Again, you will receive a flat rate, so the flat rate that you will receive for your flight might not cover the money you have spent on a travel agent. This will be depending on case to case, but you're free to do so. suggestions for accommodation. I have answered with the question before from the audience. In some cases, already our partners have booked some hostel rooms in their institutions for you. In some other cases, we will guide you to find the best possible accommodation, something affordable, of quality, and close to the institution. And there might be, for example, any additional information that you might need to know. And we will be there with you. We work alongside our partners from India and from Europe. So I think we have another question from the audience. Since the BEd, MEd, and research scholars will be going, what exactly will be their roles? Especially asking for the roles of research scholars. So once you see the call, the different calls, you will exactly know what will be your role. I am going to give just a few examples because, of course, we don't have time for us to go into the detail into the 11 institutions, how they will host every student. In the case of Finland, the PhD scholar will work side by side with a senior researcher. And with the senior researcher, they will do some research on a conference that happens in January in the Netherlands on teacher training. So they will collect data and write research articles. It is a huge opportunity, maybe to co-author a paper with a senior researcher. In the case of Italy, some BEd, MEd students will be able to go to a boarding school to teach subjects in English. So that, for example, they will be able to teach maths to Italian students in English, or physics, or biology, or English itself. So the opportunities vary from institution to institution. We have put a lot of thought in it. We want to give a wide array of opportunities to cater for all your profiles. If you have more of a research-based profile, for example, you can also go to Latvia. Latvia organizes an international conference in education in the month of May. You will be able to get some preparation material and classes by one of their senior researchers. You will be able to work with them and present your paper and your own research during the conference. So if you're particularly interested in research, you should apply it to Finland and to Latvia. These are the more research-based opportunities in Europe. Of course, in India, then you can go to the universities, for example, to Chitkara University, and work with scholars in research. The same you can do in Shivaji University, MSU Baroda, and Savitribai Phule Pune. So there are a lot of research, a lot of opportunities for PhD students, but also for BEd and MEd that are interested in research. Our partners are open-minded in giving an opportunity to someone that might not have yet all the skills in research, but has the curiosity and the inquiring mind. So if you use this as an opportunity also to project your careers, and also, of course, to develop yourself at the personal level. We have another question, last date of CV submission. So Mansi has answered on the chat. It depends upon your institutions and from opportunity to opportunity. So we expect to send the first round of students in February, but these opportunities will go throughout the entire year, 2023. So we will expect also to send students in September and October next year. Which university will be allotted to research scholars? So all Indian universities, I will mention once again, because I think this is a very popular question. Chitkara University will welcome research scholars. The Maharaja Sayajirao University also, Savitribai Phule Pune, and also Shivaji University, Kolhapur. They're all excellent universities in the field of education that have renowned scholars, not only nationally, but also globally. Then in Europe, as some of the mobilities in schools, you will be able to do some research work in Finland, in our partner university, JAMK, or in Latvia, in Latvia University. I think there are not any more questions. Please do check all our social media. We will continuously post all the opportunities. As we said, there will be additional opportunities in the form of contest, in the form of reels, EDUREFORM Song Contest. So your only chance to go is not only based on on the merit. We also want creative people to get an opportunity to be part of the EDUREFORM mobility program. And please, our suggestion is do apply. This is a golden opportunity, as some of our partners call it. And seeing a different culture, meeting different people, it's something that changes our life for the good. This is really fully funded. You might need to advance some money in the beginning, but in the end, it will not suppose any financial burden to anyone. So please, this is the I wish sometimes that I was in your place. Okay, we have another question. And expected date of this program, as we just said before, we will expect to send the first students in February, but we will be sending students throughout the entire year. But the last students to come back will need to be back in India in November. So yes, it's an ongoing opportunity. Follow our social media, contact your innovation managers in your universities. I hope you already know them. You know Nidhi, you know Gitanjali, you know Mansi. They are doing excellent work in the institutions. They will be available to answer any question. Again, use. Okay, I think we have again more questions. Well, people saying that they're looking forward to this opportunity. Yes, and this is not only an opportunity to improve your CV. I think this also will allow you to develop yourself at the personal level. As also my colleague Alda has said, you will become more independent, you will become more resourceful, you will become more flexible. And those are skills of the 21st century too, not only is creativity, critical and analytical thinking skills. So this webinar will remain in our YouTube channel. You will be free to go back to it if you have any doubt. Okay, I think we have a question from our innovation manager.
Yes, hello.
Yes, Dr. Patankar want to say something, I think. So please unmute her.
Hello, can you hear Sheila?
We can hear you, yes.
Yes, good evening, all of you. Hello, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I have suggestions that if our students are going to other countries, so see that, hello, see that.
Yes.
They can go all together. Chitkara University, Pune University, Shivaji University, B.Ed students, M.Ed students. So see that whether they are going all together. No?
So I can, I can answer. So
we have discussed this. Okay, go on.
No, but for logistic reasons, first of all, we cannot send them all at the same time. It will be impossible also, speaking logistically wise. So we have discussed these students, they will not be alone. Maybe there might be one student from Shivaji University traveling at the same time with one student from Chitkara University, or one student from MSU Baroda, or one student from Savitribai Phule Pune. So none of the students will travel alone. They will always be paired with other students, might not be from the same institution, but they will always be paired, which I think it's a good opportunity, because like this, they will have the opportunity to meet other students from other Indian universities. And of course, it's nice to meet new people from other faculties. But no, there is, do not worry about that. No one will be traveling alone. You will all be paired with someone else.
Okay.
Yes,
and
that is exactly.
Also,
we have, yes.
See also the facilities, hostel facilities, security also will be good, no there?
Of course, it will be good. Yes.
Security,
So,
hostel.
but yes. So what we say is that, of course, it will be challenging. They're going to a new country. It's a different environment for them, but they will be going to very secure places. The hostels of the universities are of high quality. So we don't have a doubt that the security aspect will be there. So what we agree, we discuss with the innovation managers, as Alda just said, no one will be going alone. We know this is a huge experience. And if they are able also to share it with someone, like the innovation managers, we have 4 innovation managers, we have 2 project managers, it makes everything more bearable, but also more enjoyable. So we will be having WhatsApp groups in advance of the selected students, so they can interact information, they can share information, they can prepare themselves together. Maybe they can meet before traveling to Europe or even within India. So we will make sure that they know with whom they are going, and hopefully they will become friends too.
So there is another
Then
question from,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So yeah, there is
The
another
pair will be
question.
going.
Yeah, go
Mhm.
Celia, go.
So they're asking if the people going together, they will live together. It is up to you. We personally have discussed this, and we believe that the easiest thing is, if you want to save money, they can share a room, for example, they can share a room, a washroom, but it's not compulsory. We will not force anyone to live somewhere. And if they are in hostel accommodations, in university accommodations, each of them will get their own room. So it is not compulsory. This is the answer, but of course it can be efficient in terms of finance. And also, if you get along with the person, why not sharing also the accommodation with them? Yes, someone has answered in the chat, not necessarily. So, okay. Is there any other question? It can be also from the Zoom or. They are saying that WhatsApp group will be of great help. Again, if you have any other idea, we are welcome to your suggestions. Yeah. And of course, it's not only the professional, the academic experience you will get, it's also the friends you will make, friends from different cultures, different cities, different countries.
Last thing that I want to add is that why it is important for them to follow us, because as Celia is mentioning, it is not just the academic opportunity. If you didn't get the chance to go from the student mobility, you have the chance to go from winning this reel competition or winning this singing competition. So it is not just those opportunity, but what you need to do for that opportunity, you need to follow us, because this information you might not get from other sources, but the first source will be these information will be there in our social media, like on our Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, website. Sometimes you miss the circulars on the notice board, so we keep trying on posting all the things, all the other informations there on our social media. So it will be very good for you to be in touch. And to be very honest, I know you check your circulars less than you check your social media, so that will be a good option. If you follow us, it's always on your phone that you check. And we have shared with you all our email addresses, so you can approach us on this email address if you have any other question.
Thank you, Mansi. So many people are asking about the opportunities on a case-by-case basis. So to go where, to do what. You can check the webinar we recorded yesterday. Everything is there written also in the PowerPoint that we used. So if, let's say you will go, first we list all the opportunities in India and then all the opportunities in Europe. So we recommend that you watch the video. You don't have to watch the full hour session. Just go to the opportunities that interest you the most and write down the criteria. And like this, you know where you're eligible to go, because maybe you're a B.Ed, M.Ed, PhD student. And from then you can just keep an eye on the circulars, on the chalk pads, on all the communication channels that your department uses, and on our social media, and you will not miss out on all these opportunities. So I think that's it for today. If you leave any comment on these YouTube videos, we will answer. So of course, many questions might come to your mind after listening to us today. Many practical questions also, so please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Again, the webinar we recorded yesterday describes the opportunities in detail, because many of you are asking about this, so all the answers have already been recorded. And I don't know if any of my colleagues want to add anything else.
No, I think we have tried to cover everything in our yesterday's webinar discussing. So for those who haven't checked the webinar, please do go check the webinar. Like this, you can start thinking where you want to apply, to also have an idea when you start preparing your motivational letters and your CVs as well. And we tried as well today to answer to all your doubts, but of course, Cecilia mentioned you can write them down. We will come back with an answer to you. So I think our task is done. Now it's up to you to start. So we will just start with launching the calls now, and then you will start the application. So now we are ready. So I will just would like to wish you all good luck. We cannot wait to receive all your CVs and your motivational letters. Unfortunately, we cannot send all of you. We have a limit, a limit in our budget to send, but we will try to send as many students as possible. So yeah, good luck in your applications, and we'll keep in touch.